Hey everyone, got another video on OpenCCSensors. Wanted to show off a little bit. Pretty quick and simple. So we have these kind of two massive towers, and needed kind of a nice way to move around on it. So we've had an elevator system for a while, which is, works like you expect. Go to a floor, it sends you up there. Problem is, the old version of it, which I left up here, was kind of unwieldy. So we had like a computer craft here and some redstone over here to power the elevator rails, and then a Railcraft player detector, and then another detector here, and then a disembarking rail and an embarking rail. Also, the interface is, not the greatest. So I spent some time optimizing it and leaning it out using CCSensors. So everything is kind of in the floor here now, which is a lot nicer. Only using one rail. I made a nicer interface, so you just pick a floor and hit enter, or you can use a hotkey if you want. It takes you where you would expect to go. And then I added, a description to it. So pretty straightforward. There's kind of three components here. There's the dispenser, which has carts in it. This is a sensor turtle, wireless sensor turtle. And I'm using a trick here, so I have two sensor cards in here. And the purpose of that is that the first sensor card, so if I hit, go to floor 2, I switch to the inventory sensor card to see if there is a card available in here. And then I switch to the proximity sensor card, because that's how I detect if I'm actually in here. And then it sends me back up here. Now the reason why I check to see if there's a cart in here is with my old system, if this thing ran out of carts, you were kind of screwed. But with this new system, if I want to go to floor 4, let's say, it'd actually send a cart down from another system that has carts, even though this one doesn't. And then I can, jump in and away I go, which is pretty handy. And so the other computer that's set up on here, let's put this cart back in. Oops. Is actually what is dispensing the carts and telling the embarking rail to go off. And so basically what this guy does is he will light up in front of him. So if I say go to floor 2, for example, and I hit this, it lights up to floor 2 because this turtle is lighting up the block in front of it. And then when he wants to dispense, he sends a red net message over to the other computer. And then that guy will dispense, and then when I right click on the cart and this guy detects it, he sends a red net message over here to tell him to send the redstone signal off. It's basically how the system works. Pretty straightforward. So I'm just going to set up the last kind of system here. So by the way, in case you haven't noticed, this is a logistics pipes driven tower. This is all our auto craftings in here. So if I right click in here, we have like 4 pages of items that can be crafted, and we add more regularly as we go along. So setup on this is pretty easy. I'm just going to get rid of the old version of this system here. So I'm reusing the existing dispenser and whatnot. Just gonna have to move this to, let's just put it over here for now. Oops. I would like to put it over here. much stuff on me. Alright. Okay, so the reason I did that is I actually need these two tiles here. So, all right. So this is basic system. I have I had a sensor craft turtle. So we'll make another one in a second. And actually, let me clean my inventory out real quick. Sorry about this. Let's see, I don't need that. Alright, we have a obsidian pipe there. Just take all our stuff for us. Okay, so this is the one that's used for the dispatching the cart. So in the middle here we have the dispenser with the embarking rail on top. And then the last piece I need here is a sensor rail, so I'm going to go grab that, or the sensor turtle, so I'll get that in a second. So we'll put the wireless for the computer on there. So. Alright, do I leave it in here? No. There we go, I already had one made. Nice. So if you never used logistics pipes before, it's pretty nice for building a lot of stuff easily. Lets you spend more time actually on making cool things instead of running around the crafting tables. Or at least I think it does. It's also fun to make this whole system, and there's some improvements we can do to for example, the batteries in the back here for the generators. We had to do kind of a crazy system because the Buildcraft auto crafting table couldn't deal with different damage value batteries very well. So, but the tube stuff deals with it nicely. So we could actually switch those out to single tiles. All right, so this is pretty much it. This is the whole system. And so there's two scripts. So this script, or this turtle runs one script. Also, it runs with two cards, so I got those already. So first thing we need to do is set up the config here. So we give it an ID. This just has to match the dispenser. And then we give it a shortcut. This can be anything, really. A description, so this is our IC2 floor. This is kind of the coordinates that it expects you to be at to detect that you're in the cart. And then it's basically all from this side. So just grab the script from my Dropbox here. It's just a kind of custom thing I have installed. And just have this run on startup. Make sure that works. So now we have all 5 floors in here. I'll just count other 5 floors. And then we just set up the dispenser computer here. So this just needs to be the same ID as the other one. So we're doing 6. And we'll get the dispenser script. Make that run on startup. There we go. And just put some carts in here. Actually, before we put some carts in here, let's make sure that it can get some carts. So it should send one up. You can see that it got lit up. And then we got a nice cart there. We jump in, it sets this to the other floor, so it's all the way at bottom. Looks like that works pretty good. So we'll go back up to the IC2 room. You can see the description in the menu is from the configuration that we just did. And yeah, voila. Let's add some more carts to here. And that's a basic elevator system. I'll try to get the scripts in the paste bin in the description. Thanks for watching.